Good morning, digital mentors. I am so glad it is Friday, and I hope that you are too. The weekends are the days that I actually tend to do a little bit more personal training. Like if there's a training, actually, I'm going to go through a training this weekend, and I usually take the weekend to do that. So when it comes to Friday, I really love Fridays because I know that Saturday I'll be able to learn something new. So the topic of today, we'll go with that, okay? So I'm not just saying something to say something. The topic for today is don't you don't have to do it alone. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times as solopreneurs, we have this belief that we have to do this thing all by ourselves, all alone. Like we have to what's the word I want to say? We have to learn everything on our own. We have to like show up all up by ourselves and things like that. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. What I learned from this community and being a part of this community is that if I would show up to the trainings or to even the live calls, that there was a big possibility that I was going to get a little bit of coaching. So the reason why I say that is yesterday I was on the live call when Erin Birch was doing the live call. And at the end, we were asking her some questions. And so she just gave us an input. Okay. So the reason why I say you don't have to do it all alone is because you really don't. You can show up. If you just show up and become part of the community, whatever community that is. Okay. So I can share with you, for example, if you go to the gym and you become part of the community in the gym, you will probably learn how to use some of the machines without having to learn it by yourself or have to sit there and look at the instructions on the machine. You become part of that community. And so what happens when you become a part of that community, that synergy, that energy that's within that community will transfer to you. Okay, the belief will transfer, the know-how will transfer. Like a lot of really cool things that can happen simply because you are part of that community. So you don't have to do it all alone. I actually became, um, I'm going to actually do a little training right after this. It's called the Millionaire Entrepreneur. And do you think I'm going to show up on time? I'm going to probably be the first one there. Okay, because I want that vibe. I want that knowledge. I want to be part of that community so that I can, get to meet other women that are already rocking it at that level, women that are already investing at that level. So do not think that, okay, I have to learn all of these, tech things by myself. I have to learn how to, build my brand all by myself. No, ask questions. Yesterday, I was a little bit like, I know that I love teaching, female entrepreneurs, males too, but I kind of, do have attract more females, right? Because I am one, right? There is no question what we are here in this house. And so I attract a lot of females. And so my love is to share with them how they can build their confidence so that they can do live video and deliver their content easily and effortlessly. So I had written out my one liner, right? My pitch. And it was just like, you know what? This is not, I'm not feeling it. So guess who I reached out to? I reached out to somebody that I really admire, and it was Megan. Okay, because I know she's awesome with words. So I just asked, hey, listen, this is what I'm kind of up against. Can you kind of take a look at it and see, how I can word it better? Like, what is a transformation that I'm going to bring to this female that I want to help, right? And then she sends me two options, and I was like, man, this is so awesome. Like, bam. Okay, I felt that this was it. Okay, so you don't have to do it alone, especially in this community. Okay, in this community, believe it or not, the people that have gone before you, maybe some of us are 5 years ahead of you. Okay, reach out. Ask a question if you have one. Don't feel like we're going to say, oh, well, you need to pay for that answer. No, it's not like that at all. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I'm going to share with you, that the higher level the person is, the more um, love and compassion they have with somebody that's really wanting to move forward and learn something. I have learned that, going to other leaders here in this community. So don't feel like you have to do it alone, because that is not the truth. Okay, that's just the feeling. Okay, and we know that feelings are fickle, and so reach out. Okay, the other thing that I want to share with you as well is, if you one of the things that I love, and you probably do too, because as entrepreneurs we're always consuming information, right? But one of the things that I love to do is read books of the mentors that I wish I had, that maybe have already passed, right? Mentors that I really wish that I had been in their, like in their environment, in their communities, but maybe they've already, gone, ahead of me, right? Excuse me. And I read their books. I love to read books from people that I know have made an impact in the world. All types of books. Okay. And I don't just read uh, like marketing books or, things like that. I read all types of books because it helps me to feel, okay, I literally get to feel that person's vibe when they wrote this book. And even if I'm not like reading a book itself, I'm listening to the information. Maybe it's through a third party, right? Like Audible or something like that. But I can still sense the conviction that they had when they wrote this book. And then I pick it up and I just take it with me. Okay. So I'm not alone. Neither are you. All right. So read books from other people. Um, Also, kind of obviously, YouTube is a great place to go, right? But also, do not be shy. Okay. And I was not shy about this. Do not be shy to reach out to someone that you admire the way they're building their business. And then you know, connect with them, and maybe you ask them, hey, listen, I have a question, and I really admire the way that you're doing business. And I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Would that be okay? More than likely, I could say probably 100% of the time, they're going to say, sure, go ahead. Or let me get back with you so that way I can actually focus on the question that you're going to ask. Maybe they're during a project, maybe they're at an event. You just never know, right? But listen, the thing that I want you to really, really capture from this live right now is, if this community is really it. There's a reason why you decided, right? There's a reason why you decided to be part of the community. But are you really being in the community? Like, are you in it to win it? Because let me tell you, when I decided, I think I was in the online space for maybe 3 months. Okay. A very short amount of time, 3 months. I really didn't know this community that well. I was watching, listening, doing trainings and coming to the Wednesday webinars and things like that. But I really didn't know a lot of people because I was new. I was the new girl on the block. Okay. And then they announced that there was going to be a live event, Live the Dream event. I was like, it just hit me. Like, I have got to be there. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I wasn't really making a lot of money. Okay. I had literally just made $600, about $600. Okay. Through an affiliate, because I was learning how to do live video and it had a little affiliate program to it, excuse me. And I had this $600. Now, I could have took that $600 and I could have went and splurged on something else. Okay. But what did I do? I invested back into my business. I remember somebody posted inside of the community that they were unable to go to the event. And so that they had a VIP ticket and they were going to sell it at a lesser price. And I was like, oh my gosh, I immediately connected with that gentleman. I bought the ticket, and now it was just a matter of the plane and the, stay at the hotel. But let me tell you, that was the best investment that I did. Okay. Buying the ticket. Buying the ticket was the best investment because then everything else happened. I remember telling my husband, listen, next month, I think it was, I don't remember, I think it's in August or something like that. But I told him, hey, listen, I bought a ticket to go to a Live the Dream event. I really don't know what it's about. So remember, I was new. Okay. I really don't know what it's about. I have attended all of the events with the company that I was promoting at the time, all over the place. I would fly to these events. I would come home and I would just be hypey for like, 2 weeks, hyped up for 2 weeks, but really not getting any results, like major results. But when I went to Live the Dream, my gosh, I came back with so much knowledge, applicable knowledge, something that I can actually apply in my business and run with it. Okay. And so that's exactly what I did. Why did that happen, Yolanda? Well, because I was being part of the community. I woke up early. They had these tables going across the room, right? I was right up front, okay, right in the front. Why? I didn't want any distractions. I know my personality. Like if it's fun, I'm gonna go over there. If it, you know what I'm saying? Like I sat up front because I wanted to learn from the people that I was watching during the live call, during the webinars, like the people that they were showcasing of all these phenomenal results that they had. I wanted to be in there, like I wanted to be right close to them, to be honest with you. And I remember the first time that I went, that very first time that I went, I ended up sitting it right next to the person that I admired and I wanted to create a business just like hers. I was sitting right next. I couldn't believe my eyes. Okay. But why did that happen? Okay. Because leaders always show up early. And I knew that already. Okay. I had been a business owner for many years, but I did not understand this community, this type of environment yet. And so I ended up like really like connecting with the people that I would see in the morning call, the people that I would see on the trainings. Like they were right there. Like I could literally like reach my hand and touch them. Okay. Not because they were so, superior to me, but because this is what I felt truly in my heart. They're just like me. They're here to learn just like me. They're taking notes just like me. Like, oh my gosh, like I don't have to do this all alone. There's people around me that I can gravitate to and I can, receive their vibe. I mean, I remember going out to dinner. I remember going out to dinner with a lot of the rock stars that were here, and we had such a beautiful time together. So different than when I would go to my company events. Nothing wrong with that. But the marketing piece was missing. But also the community piece was missing because whenever I would go to events, I would see the leaders up front. Okay. They actually had a rope where you couldn't pass this rope. Okay. You all go up there, go to the nosebleed section. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a division. So I never really felt like I could actually make an impact in the world because I wasn't there. I wasn't down there with them. I couldn't even tell if they were taking notes. I couldn't tell anything. Okay. And so when I became part of this community, my life changed. And the same can happen with you. So I want you just to really embrace this message today. Take it with you wherever you go. Okay. This also plays part in, let's say you're a part of the YMCA. There is a community in the YMCA. I remember when my children were young and I would take them to swimming lessons, there was a community of moms that would come together. And what would we do while the children were doing their swimming lessons? We were out working out. We were doing the step because remember back in the day it was the step, right? You would jump on that step and whatever. I was working out for the whole hour. And then after we were done with our workout, we would go pick up our kids. It's a community. So what did it do? It helped me to stay fit and also helped me to feel safe that we're all leaving our children in the pool with an instructor. And so, hey, let's take care of us while we're here, right? So there is a community wherever you go. Same thing in church. If you go to church, there is a community of people. Now, you have to pick your community tactfully, okay, to make sure you don't get entangled. But what I want to share with you in business, it is critical for you as a solopreneur, because like we're here, we are by ourselves, but we're not alone. Okay, you can literally go to the back office in the library in the back office and learn from somebody that has already done what you want to do. Okay, whatever you want, you're never alone. So don't disconnect. Okay, because a lot of times we come in, we see what's going on in the community, and then we're like, oh well, you know what, I'm the new person here, so I'm going to like trying to figure this out by myself. You don't have to figure out anything by yourself. The beautiful thing about this community is that you have a chat where you can ask questions. Hey, how do I integrate my email, my Aweber to digital mentors? How do I do, like, they're here to help. And so you can get the help that you want, okay, including relationships. If you need relationships in your life, you have got to be proactive and connect with those people that you want to have a relationship with. Okay, they're not going to come to you because they don't know if you are looking for relationship, you're looking for friendship, you're looking to collaborate with someone, or maybe just take a look at my intro to see if this is something that's really hitting what I want to hit. So don't feel like you're alone. You're not. Okay, this community is here to help you to elevate, to take you just one step further than you were before. And then another next step, right? And the next step and the next step until you have created the business and, in my opinion, the lifestyle that you want. Okay. So I wanted to share that. And I really want to dig deep today about that because sometimes we're feeling like we're, all alone, and you're not. All right. So let's see what you all are saying over here. Hey, Ray J, nice to see you. Community is important in all environments, especially business. 100%. And, a lot of times we feel like, well, you know what? They're doing the same thing I am. There's no such thing as that because nobody is you. Like, can't nobody copy Yolanda because there is no other Yolanda. I don't have a twin. Okay. So the same goes with you. Don't ever feel intimidated by anybody. Okay. By ourselves together. Yes, exactly. Yes. Finding this community showed I can supplement my disability and build a wealth and stay working from home. Oh, yes, definitely. Minnie, that is awesome. And I just want to share with you that that's kind of the same thing that happened to me. I was, having to put down my coaching business. I literally had to like lay it down. I'm talking about when the Lord said, you have to focus on this or you're going to focus on that because whatever you focus on is going to grow. When I had to lay that down, which I had been building for many, many years, um, I realized that this was the business that was going to help me to create the wealth that I wanted in my life, both financially and also lifestyle. So, yes, definitely. I agree. The road to the online entrepreneur as a solopreneur can be a lonely one. So glad I found this community. Yes, definitely. Dietrich, it is for me. It's one of the best communities, and I've been in a lot of like communities and stuff. And let me tell you, this is probably one of the most giving communities. Okay. Oh, I understand investing versus splurging on something. Splurging is my business knowledge. Yes, this is one of the first things that I learned a long, long time ago, and I'll tell you what it was. When you make money in your business, instead of going and spending that money on something that is not going to give you any return of that investment, what would that be? Clothes, shoes, purses. That's me. I'm talking to me, right? Earrings, makeup, right? All of those things are not going to give me a return on my investment. So, what did I do the first year, the whole first year of me starting my business here online? Every single money that was coming in, I was investing it back into myself in my business. So let's say The first thing would be the Live the Dream event. That was the very first investment that I made. That was, in my opinion, at that time, it was a healthy investment. What I mean, it was an investment that I didn't really have. Okay. But the thing that I want you to really recognize is when you really understand the growth of your business is going to take money first. You have to invest money, right? You reap what you sow, right? Invest money to reap money. So what I would do every time I would, have money coming in, it was like, okay, where can I invest this money? So maybe at that time it was investing this money into a coaching group of one of the leaders that I really, love their way of teaching. I would invest in their monthly membership, or I would invest in a course that they were, Digital Mentors was offering at the time. I would invest in that course because I wanted to elevate my knowledge of how to grow my business online, right? So there is a reason why you always want to invest first. Most and I think it's a little sad of how sometimes business is portrayed, because sometimes you hear people say, make $10,000 in 30 days. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never been able to do that. Like in 30 days, $10,000. No, like when I first started, I didn't even really know how to showcase my business. I didn't even know how to do a call to action. Like there was a lot of things that you need to learn to be able to get to that level. And so I was very aware of, I have to invest in me, right? In my business so my business can grow. If I don't invest and I'm like all tight about the money and all these things, guess what? I'm going to stay where I'm at, and I'm probably going to quit, because people that pay attention. I remember the time that I hired my first ever coach. It was $5,000 that I didn't have at the time. Okay. So I made my first payment, right? My first deposit. And then I just started to work. Like that gave me the motivation to work my business. And guess what? I was able to pay off the whole investment. And I have not done this once, I have done this many times over. So it's important that you understand that you will reap everything that you invest into your business. Like I remember investing at one time, I invested into a training about funnels. And when I went to the event, the training, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like totally, I don't even get this. I don't even understand what he's talking about. Okay. But then what I did is I went back, I came back into the community. I decided to go through the trainings, and I started getting a better understanding of, oh, okay, now I understand what a funnel is for. Now I get why they do certain things in a funnel. Okay. So when I went back to learn from that training, I invested. It was like over $300. I invested, and it was like, I get it. So then I was able to create my first funnel. Okay. So it's always, and in that funnel, let me tell you, I had some really great results with that funnel. So important. Okay, the one thing that you want to take away with today is you don't have to do it alone. Okay, I learned that good coaches have coaches. Yes, invest in yourself. I agree. 100% Mark. All coaches have coaches. I mean, there's times when I'm talking to a coach that I feel like, man, they're high level. And then they start talking about what their coach just shared with them. And I'm like, yes, now I know that this is a person that's not going to stay in the same place, delivering the same content. They're growing with the trends in business, because it's always evolving, it's always changing. And so it's important that you invest so that you learn the stuff that you don't know. That's really why we do that. A lot of times we're investing in other places that we don't ever get a return on our investment. And like I said, I'm a shoe girl. I love stilettos. I love shoes, period. Okay. As a matter of fact, I walked in my closet today and I was like, my God, there's a lot of money in here. There's a lot of money in there, but it's just there. I didn't get my return on that investment, but I will go through it and I will definitely put it on Marketplace, because some of them probably wore one time, and I'm going to get my money back. So you got to find a way. Okay. You got to find a way. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I hope that I helped you to feel the embrace from this community, because we truly do want you to succeed in your business. No matter what type of business you're building, I believe that you can build a phenomenal business for yourself, a phenomenal lifestyle for yourself, if you stay plugged into this community, because this community loves you. We all want to see you succeed. We are not competing with anybody. We're just staying in our own lane, building our business, and doing the best that we know to do. All right. So I will let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a phenomenal weekend, and we will see you on the next wake up call. Goodbye, everyone.